Your dog is sitting outside the bathroom door right now, or maybe they've pushed it open and they're just there, head on the bath mat, eyes locked on you, completely unbothered by the fact that you very clearly wanted to be alone. And your first instinct is probably one of two things. Either you find it a little endearing, or you find it a little weird. But here's what almost nobody tells you. What your dog is doing in that doorway isn't clinginess. It isn't separation anxiety. It isn't some quirky personality trait specific to your dog. It's a biological ritual, one so deeply hardwired into them that shutting that door doesn't just inconvenience them, it triggers genuine stress. And if you've ever pushed them out and clicked the latch behind you, you've been sending a message you never meant to send. Today, we're decoding exactly why your dog refuses to leave you alone in the bathroom. And make sure you stay until the final reason. Because there is a heartbreaking 15,000-year-old instinct behind why your dog sits specifically facing the door. And once you understand it, you will never see your dog the same way again. Let's start with what most people assume. They follow you because they're bored. Maybe a little nosy, maybe just incredibly needy. It's an easy conclusion, and it's completely wrong. Cognitive scientist Alexandra Horowitz has spent her career studying how dogs perceive the world around them, and what she found reframes everything. Dogs, she explains, function as canine anthropologists among us. Think about what that means. They don't have language. They can't ask questions. They can't read expressions the way another human would. So, to survive, to understand the world they live in, to predict what happens next, they do the only thing available to them. They watch. Relentlessly. Obsessively. At a level of attention most humans will never direct toward anything in their lives. Your micro movements, your routines, the way your breathing changes when you're stressed versus when you're relaxed, the specific sequence of things you do before you leave the house, the way you shift your weight when you're about to stand up. Your dog has cataloged all of it. And you, your body, your habits, your physical state are the single most important source of information in their entire world. So, when you walk into the bathroom and close the door behind you, you're not just asking for 5 minutes of privacy. To your dog, you've just cut off access to their primary data source. Without warning, without explanation, the one thing they've built their entire understanding of safety around has simply disappeared behind a wall. That's not nothing. That's stress. And the sitting, the pawing at the door, the whining, that's not drama. That's them trying to reconnect with the only thing that makes their world make sense. If understanding this is already making you look at your dog differently, pause right now, go give them a scratch behind the ears for me, then come back and hit that like button. If you do, it actually turns into a little paw print. And subscribe because what's coming next is even more surprising. Now, let's talk about what your dog is actually doing once they get inside. Because here's something most owners find a little uncomfortable. Your dog walks in, nose going, scanning the room like they're gathering intelligence on a crime scene. Sniffing the air, the floor, seemingly everything. And your instinct is probably to feel slightly judged. Don't. Because here's what's actually happening. Humans are visual creatures. We navigate our world through what we can see. But your dog doesn't live in that world. They live in something researchers sometimes call planet smell, a sensory reality so different from ours it's almost impossible to fully comprehend. Your dog has approximately 220 million scent receptors. You have around 5 million. The part of their brain dedicated to analyzing smell is proportionally 40 times larger than yours. What that means is this. To your dog, your bathroom isn't just a room. It's the most biologically rich environment in the entire house. And when they walk in and start working that nose, they are not being weird. They are performing a wellness check, biological, chemical, deeply intentional. Because here's what a dog can actually detect through scent that we cannot see with our eyes: shifts in hormone levels, changes in cortisol, your stress marker, early indicators of illness, emotional states that haven't even registered consciously for you yet. There are documented cases of dogs persistently tracking their owners before a medical episode, detecting something chemically wrong before any visible symptom appeared. Your dog can't ask how you're doing. They don't have that. So they use the only system available to them, one that's millions of times more sensitive than anything we possess, to check your biological readouts and answer the question themselves. Are you healthy? Are you stressed? Are you okay? Every sniff is a question, and they're asking because they need to know. Because you matter to them more than anything else in their world. And now we get to the part that will stay with you. The moment you have probably never thought to think about. Your dog follows you in, and then they turn around. They face the door. You're behind them, and they're looking away from you, out at the hallway, at whatever might be coming. If you've always just assumed they're being indifferent, that they got what they wanted and now they're over it, I need you to reconsider. Because behavioral scientist Patricia McConnell has a phrase for the fundamental mistake humans make when they expect dogs to understand privacy. She calls it speaking primate to a canine. As primates, isolation is something we seek. Privacy is a social concept we understand instinctively. A closed door means personal space. It means I need a moment. Every human on the planet understands that without being told. Dogs don't have that concept, not even close. Because in canine biology, forged across hundreds of thousands of years of pack survival, isolation doesn't mean privacy. Isolation means danger. And vulnerability? Vulnerability means you need someone watching your back. This is where 15,000 years of shared evolution between dogs and humans arrives at something extraordinary. Over millennia of living beside us, sleeping beside us, surviving beside us, dogs were genetically shaped to respond to human vulnerability, the way a packmate responds to a member of their group who is exposed and unguarded. When your dog follows you into the bathroom, they have registered, on some ancient biological level, that you are in a moment of defenselessness. And when they turn around and face that doorway, they are not ignoring you. They are guarding you. They have positioned their own body between you and whatever might come through that door. They are using themselves as a shield. The dog sprawled across your bath mat with their back to you isn't disinterested in you. They are actively protecting you. So the next time your dog pushes through that bathroom door and plants themselves at the entrance, remember what's actually happening. They studied you so thoroughly, they noticed the moment you were vulnerable. They checked your biology to make sure you were okay. And then they stood guard. Not because you asked, not because they were trained to, but because somewhere in the deepest layer of who they are, you are their person. And their person doesn't face a single moment unguarded. 15,000 years of evolution, and it all came down to this: your dog sitting at the bathroom door, making sure you're safe. If this changed the way you see your dog, subscribe and drop a comment below. I want to know if your dog does this, and if you want to understand why your dog sometimes stares at you with that look that feels like it goes straight through you. That's the next video, and the science behind it is stranger than you'd expect.